Hey YouTube, back at it on the Suburban 12. Now I'm going to start working on the chassis and trying to clean that up and get the throttle cable and the choke cable and get it, all those things working. I had to take a break. This is my break from working on my Troy belt chipper shredder, which decided to be a pain in the ass, more than I expected. Just to give you a quick update here. Tried to get this damn pulley off because it was out of line with the other one, so all the belts were shredding. So I needed to just kick it back like a half an inch, but it doesn't want to, and then I broke the flange off, and now I'm pissed at it, so I'm walking away from it before I beat the shit out of it. So anyways, so I'm back onto this, and need to really get into the grime on this thing. Like, look at this. I mean, this is like, pretty deep over here. So again, just back at it. I'm hoping to get this one done before fall, and then work on the loader as well. This is pretty nasty. Can't even tell what I'm looking at in here. I'm afraid to really poke at and prod at it because I don't know if I'm going to be hitting wires. Let's see where this how this connects here. Can't even tell. There. There's a nut underneath. Typical. I'm gonna need 2 hands to do this. Damn, these things always. Tell you, this tractor is not exactly manufacturing friendly, or restoration friendly, that's for sure. It's like oddball places for stuff that goes in. Basically, you always need the proper rig and jigs to do it. Just a pain in the ass. Well, I got the nuts off, or the bolts off. This wire just came off of here. I don't know if it was soldered on, I can't tell. It's so dirty. It's like archaeological dig. I gotta slowly chip away at it without destroying it. I just gotta memorize all these wires, figure out how they go. Brown's underneath and crown's over here, and yada yada yada. These screwed on? Yeah, these are all screwed on. So I'm gonna need the screwdriver to get all those off. Back in a second. Big. I don't know where this one comes from. This This one goes from switch. This one goes to looks like the light. Nope, it goes to the light switch. This one there. So this one with the brown tape goes to the light switch. Definitely can't tell the difference sometimes between dirt and parts. Alright, got it off. Got it off. What do you think? A little dirty? Just slightly? Man, this thing is brutal. I don't know if this is supposed to wiggle like that or not, but I'll have to dig into it and see what happens. Hopefully don't break anything. I don't feel like buying a new one. Got the top off. It's a actually a Delco Remy, and got the top clean, so got through the ultrasonic cleaner, and the inside looks spotless. Hasn't seen an ounce of flick of moisture, which is fantastic. So just need to keep an eye on the wires, and again, one went to the, I believe one went to the ignition and one went to the light switch. So, and then there's a wire I think soldered up here that I'll have to solder back on. But making progress now. The biggest challenge is this stupid steering wheel, which is frozen on, and I don't know what, I gotta figure out how to get the gas tank off without getting the steering wheel off, or I have to get the steering wheel off, because basically the screws, I mean this one's easy to get in, but I can't get in that one because I gotta go through that wall. Again, not really easy to disassemble, so, but enough of my ranting for today. Alright, now I'm gonna take the valve springs out of the valves out of the head. So what I did, one I got a while ago from Harbor Freight is one of those over the spring type. It doesn't work with this, so went online. Amazon had this one for 19 bucks. Seems fine, the metal's thick enough for a engine of this size, and the springs of this size, I should say. So, if it works, half a dozen times and breaks, for 19 bucks, it was fine. I have a few engines to do, so it'll last me however long. One of the things I had to make sure, though, is I made sure that this spun, this little head here. So I threw a little bit of Marvel Mystery Oil in there to make sure that this spun while I'm cranking it down. So let's go ahead and try this out. It did spin a little bit, but as you can see, it's lifted. I'll bring you over there real quick. you can see, I don't know if you can see it from the light, but here's, let me grab the pin. Oh, finger in there. Grab the pin. Drop it over. So that was that. So like getting that pin out was pretty easy, but just the way these are set up, it looks like this is going to be a pain in the ass to get the rest of it out. So we'll see. I'll try it. Who knows? Maybe this isn't the right spring compressor, but go from there and find out. So you know, it might bind up and be a pain in the ass. Yeah, it's hung up a little bit just because it comes out at full extension now. There we go. Alright, that's one. Should be good. Alright, I'll get the other one done and we'll take a look. Alright, got the exhaust one out. Funny, I don't know if you could see it, but the exhaust one, let me switch the camera here. Exhaust one actually looks better shape than the intake, which blows my mind. This is the intake. It's got a massive groove on it, and here's the exhaust. I don't know, maybe this isn't original, someone replaced it, but look at that. It's got a nice groove in it. So what I'll do is I'll wire brush these and you know, come back at them and lap them in. So let's take a look at the valve seats real quick. Valve seats look decent. Not, you know, they look in decent shape. So we'll just lap them, brush this off with wire brush, and then lap them. Alright, like I said, I'm gonna wire brush these valves. I don't have a bench grinder. Just haven't really had a need for one. I mean, every once in a while I do, but it's more for this type of stuff where it's just wire brushing. So I'm going to make do with what I do have, which is an angle grinder with a brush on it and a Variac. The reason for the Variac is this brush is not, I don't believe is rated for this the speed of this. I think it's a Ryobi or a Bosch or whatever angle grinder. It's just not rated for it. So I basically use the Variac just to slow it down. So slow it down to something I find that's 45 volts on here. So I really don't need it going faster, much faster than that. So here's the before. I'll show you the after. Just lightly, don't want to take metal off. Whoa, hello. Like I said, just lightly touching it, definitely not pushing in on it hard. So like I said, just lightly touch the skin, some of the scale and stuff off it. So worked pretty good. Might do a few more touch-ups by hand, but that's about it. All right, got the all the valves cleaned up, got the head cleaned up, lapped in the valves, brushed off basically with just I always use just like this whatever mesh or wool or whatever the hell you want to call it. Use that to clean up the top. Again, lapped them in, put them back in. Use the spring valve that I used before. The one tricky thing is to get it back under, since basically the spring fills up the whole area and really kind of stuck in there without knocking out the valve guides. And you have the lifter in the bottom. Basically what I did was, I got a screwdriver under the whatever the cap is on the bottom of the spring, pried that up and then kind of lifted it up and seated it in here, and then it went in fine, and then just used tweezers to throw in the little bar that retains it. But I also I ordered new gaskets. It's funny, this is the old one, so I ordered a set, and it's subtle differences, but this is the new one. It looks pretty much identical. But then here's another one that came with it, ordered 2 set. So this might be for maybe a slightly different model, because it's got a slightly different cutout over here. But this is the one that was in there originally for when I got it. Whether or not it's original, I have no idea. So I'm just going to use the one that looks most like it. So throw that in, get that on. I'm also going to put, since the breather cover was the gasket on that was totally shot, I'm gonna put it. Since I got the whole set, I'll just put a new one of these. So that'll be good. So let me throw this stuff in.